chairman and member representing Oruofo-Noruko State Constituency, Precious Selong, the committee having paid an oversight visit to some affected communities were in the State House to present their findings and recommendations to the Deputy Governor, who is also the chairman State Boundary Commission.
That the state government should mandate the State Emergency Management Authority, SEMA, to provide relief materials to the affected victims of Ntali Koropan and nearby community to cushion their present condition. That the government of Akwa Ibom State should assist the bereaved families of those that lost their lives during the attack to ameliorate their pain and suffering. That His Excellency Pastor Umoino, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, should cause the fulfillment of the promise made by the state government to rebuild the homes for the victims and resettle the displaced victims.
The Deputy Governor Akoni Yaginyi, while appreciating the committee for carrying out their responsibilities passionately, assures that issues concerning boundary disputes are well captured in their rights agenda and as such will be properly addressed to ensure peace return to every part of the state to give room for development in the affected areas.
I believe in God that the two states, at least led by the two peaceful people, the governors, they want peace. It's the community people that always is citing that. I pray God will help us to ensure that a lasting solution is secured for our people so that they can live together in peace.
High point of the visit was the presentation of the committee's report to the Deputy Governor for onward transmission to the State Governor for possible approval. From the Government House, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
The 2 days warning strike by Nigerian Labour Congress NLC starting from Tuesday, today, 5th September 2023, concerned citizens have called on the federal government to meet the demands of Nigerian workers to avoid economic damages caused by the strike. Meti Eyo, who spoke with some residents in Uyo, came back with this report.
Achieving productivity, economic progress, industrial peace, empowerment, and welfare for members are the major functions of a union. At times, these functions are achieved through representation and collective bargains, but when these functions are not met, most unions resort to strike actions as the only way out. The 2-day nationwide strike set to embark upon by the Nigerian Labour Congress due to the failure of the federal government to proffer lasting solution to various challenges caused by the fuel subsidy removal seems to be one of these measures. The Congress, which had on the 2nd of August led Nigerian workers across the country in a protest, set to embark on a 2-day warning strike and threatened to go on an indefinite strike if their demands are not met. But considering the current state of Nigeria, are strike actions by the Nigerian Labour Congress and other government bodies really necessary?
Strike is the last resort. Before the labor or anybody embark on strike, that is to say that person has been trying all the possible means to meet his own demands, and by the time the person cannot meet up, that's the last resort.
Tired of all these white elephant promises, and we are for action now. NLC said to everyone we should sit at home, so that it should be a signal to them that we are now serious. Strike. This is the only language Nigerian government can understand.
Although strike actions has negative impact on the country's economy, it is often used as the last resort by labor unions to attract government attention. In Uyo, Meti Eyo, NTA News.
Away from that report, the 5th president of Rotary Club Eket Grove has been installed with a charge on him to mobilize more members and resources to touch the lives of the less privileged. John Paul Alumina reports that the installation ceremony of Enoch Abasido as the 5th president attracted many dignitaries and friends of the club.
The 5th installation ceremony of Rotary Club Eket Grove was described as unique because of the few members and impact the club has made in the last 5 years of its existence. The chairman of the occasion and other dignitaries commended the Rotarians for their selfless services to humanity and efforts to put smiles on the faces of the less privileged in their neighborhood.
Club that has very rejuvenated, sound, intellectual materials all over. A club that you could stand tall to identify with any time.
The outgoing president, Johnson Moore, appreciated members for their support and thanked God for the grace to serve the club meritoriously, appealing to all the members to show the same support to his successor.
It has been hectic. When you hand over Rotary as if you've taken the whole lot of this off your shoulder, you will not succeed until you succeed.
The 5th president was installed and decorated by the outgoing president, who was flanked by other presidents of the club and family.
And the bylaws of the Rotary Club of Eket Grove.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The president, Enoch Abasido, assured that he will work hard to attract more new members and inspire them to achieve all the set targets for the year.
The less privileged, the physically challenged, and providing social services, social amenities where they are lacking is one area of focus that Rotary is into. And in my year, we will do our best to touch this area of focus and provide these services and help humanity.
I'm very happy for the opportunity of giving my husband to serve as the Rotary President 2024 President. Eket Grove.
Somebody I know who can carry the club with all very, very distinction.
Continue to do good work, and whatever he does, he should keep me in line because I'm a good student and I'm going to learn from him.
I've been a foundation member of Rotary Club of Eket Grove the past 5 years. He has been an active community leader. His life has been that of service in the vineyard of God, service to humanity.
I know that I'm willing to work with him to ensure that whatever he has plans and dreams, set goals, be achieved.
Some personalities were presented with awards for their contributions to humanity. The event featured inauguration of board of directors, induction of new members, and head talk on high blood pressure and diabetes by Dr. Abraham Yangodo from Eket, John Paul Alumina, NTA News.
Economic experts have charged the new ministers to translate federal government policies and programs to alleviate poverty and create job opportunities in the country. They made the appeal while reacting to the creation of ministries of gas, resources, and marine and blue economy by the new administration. John Paul Alumina again reports.
The federal government, led by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, recently created new ministries, which includes marine and blue economy, tourism, arts, culture and the creative economy, steel development, gas resources, among others. It is against this backdrop that some economic experts described the creation of new ministries as a welcome development and advised the ministers to ensure that government address the needs of the citizens.
The gas is critical because with clean energy, and gas reserve in Nigeria, our reserve is even greater than oil. So gas is the future for the economy, at least for some time until it's phased out to renewable energy. But the whole arrangement with this new administration is clumsy.
People that are designated to the gas industry will focus primarily on that area and then build up something that we, the citizen, will benefit. So I think it's a nice one. I just hope that they focus and do their job very well. And then this will also create employment for our youths.
The experts strongly advised that the federal government should holistically revamp the economy and make it viable for the citizens.
In fact, the key thing is to take care of the security. Because part of this problem we are suffering is because of agric. Food have gone up, and with the removal of the subsidy, the pressure from both ends. People don't have food to eat, people cannot move, and the few people in public offices are living like rock stars. Why on earth we will have an innocent in Nigeria and other car producing manufacturing company in Nigeria? And we know in every 4 years we will have 360 people in House of Rep, 109 people. Why don't we place order 4 years innocent? They produce this number, produce this number.
The issue of gas flaring, which has been a major concern in the country over the years. I think the ministry will also look at how to make sure that the law against the gas flaring in the world and even in Nigeria is being implemented. And we know that so much billions of nairas have been lost through gas flaring, and the eco-effect, the ecosystem effect it has on the economy, even the agri sector and the blue economy, that's the riverine and all that.
The problem is that we have not in Nigeria taken care of the mental health status of our leaders. We have not thought of that aspect in this country. Now, people are contesting election. They are winning. Like a few days I presented a paper on this. Nobody's talking about mental health issue of those that won the election. Nobody's talking about the mental health issue of those to be made ministers.
It is the hope of Nigerians that the federal government will do things differently to achieve greater results. In Uyo, John Paul Alumon, NTA News.
Still on medical reports, medical experts have advocated proper sexual orientation and practices among adults as unsafe sexual practice could lead to cancer as a result of virus found around the genital areas. The advocacy came to fore as Nigeria joins the global community to commemorate Sexual Health Day.
Sex plays a vital role in the life of every individual. However, unsafe sexual practices leads to spread of infections. World Sexual Health Day was established in 2010 as a medium to create social awareness about what sexuality plays in human health and to promote the fact that sexual health is only attainable through sexual rights by the World Health Organization.
So it's not just about having safe sex, but it's also about the mental implication of the sex and the sexual activities that they engage in.
The day also seeks to break fears and taboos surrounding sexuality. So far, more than 65 countries are said to have officially recognized this day.
We're talking about sexual and reproductive health, which is a fundamental component of well-being. It's a fundamental component of well-being throughout one's life. It deals with equality, it deals with respect, it deals with safety and the freedom of an individual.
Medical practitioners therefore harp on the need for parents to begin early sex orientation for their wards, as homosexual practices leads to various degrees of cancer. The theme for this year's World Sexual Health Day is consent. Serafina Okun Omekwe, NTA News.
Long-distance road traveling for many Nigerians is a no-go area, while others derive pleasure in such trip. For those who enjoy road traveling, recent security situation is making them to have a rethink. Clement Barikwi in this report x-rays measures to checkmate insecurity for long-distance travelers.
Many reasons abound why long-distance traveling may be inevitable, but the means of transportation is determined by the financial status of the traveler. Those who choose to travel by road may have done so because they cannot afford air transportation and are therefore exposed to the risk of traveling by road to long distances. The recent SAT incident where 8 prospective corps members were abducted is still fresh in the minds of many Nigerians.
Well, the issue of insecurity is a major issue in Nigeria, as we all know. Of course, we expect the government to step up their game with respect to security, so that the citizens of this country will be comfortable as they ply the roads. In addition to the deplorable state of our roads, we also need at least security to be sure we are safe as we ply the roads.
This passenger loves long-distance traveling by road, yet for him, night journey is no-go area for now.
I can't travel in the night, it's in the afternoon. Along those roads, if you go there night this afternoon, you will see almost many checkpoints. But during that night, in the night, you will not see them. So that's the problem.
For the transport operators, the situation, if not addressed as soon as possible, may take them out of business, despite their effort to address the security challenges for the benefit of their passengers.
Security aspect, we're really trying. We are trying our best for our passengers to be safe.
As a tip, avoiding night journeys, traveling through popular and generally used routes, as well as keeping one's movement as confidential as possible may save the situation. In Uyo, Clement Barikui, NTA News.
And that report wraps up our AM bulletin on the English segment. Just before I go, a quick look at our major stories. Akwa Ibom State government has reiterated commitment to promoting peace among boundary communities in the state. Rotary Club Eket Grove has installed Enoch Abasido as 5th president of the club. You also heard in the news that medical experts have advocated proper sexual orientation and practices among adults. And that's it. Remember to be a star. Let's join NTA campaign against rape and rapists. Until 7 p.m. for another fresh bulletin.
Akwa Ibom State etang ofone dinamno ememeba kemmen ko kara eni agamfana adang isong. Nka Rotary Club Eket Grove edu Enoch Abasido nte ufada iwot nkaro oyogo ition. Mentambia ibang makara etang me nti usong edinamima kotumme mpono wo. Akwa Ibom emesiero anyang me adu wemedi mo Samson yai kom membok nyan sini no mufo kubago senemi etang ebo kemem imibaga kobio uforo isikan rok uto obioro kuton tagami ukarak Akwa Ibom State esokanam afanpo keriken bo kemem aba kefat nkana state army adu udiana dai wuru kara steremi senator akone yagi aketang me ikomi nanga mbono committee usempombanga ndutamarang isong ekeri ni again neme yenye kufokutu mukara mikuyo yaikom bogome oyogo kisang adu ameti worokbokoro a committee esegem kpobang ndutamarang isong kufokutu mobombet state army akedata usong korogwo araga ano nkok ukara orofong uroko precious selong mbono committee edo ekena misang ekeset me nkok ukara eniegem fana adang isong emana misang eka ufokutum ukara edikira komendungo ommo enama ekat eno uriana arai wuru kara state army adugo ati wuru bokoro kendutam adang isong state army nanga uriana arai wuru kara state army akone yagayi ake komo mbono committee edo kerinam ubiang utemo mo ama bo kan dutem mfana adanga isong state ame mo sneke ubonompo ame arise agenda ebigisu gonyen ise manaturo erikribu kemem argori afankana state ame atakpan po kan dutem isangaru akero komitiero edisana ngwet mbok kebangake ndungo ommo ekenama eno uriana arai wurukara manaturo ariben etiboro ikiswan ino adai wurukara state ami yagano oyogo unyamme mekuyo uwemedi mosa nka eriyongoke nke Rotary Club Eket Groove edot ufa adai wud nkado oyogo ition inok abasido ye unen erina mobiong utemomo ntesangake kubunumpo nkaro koro ediben ufam bonowo ndonke nkaro yaikom membogomi kerinam ayogo akang ition eridot adai wood nka Rotary Club Eket adorinam ekerarake kekeneke aritam nkaro ye mention siompo amenkaro enamakufang iswaition tongo eketongo nkaro ati woro pokoro usororu korombono womfenekeri wanake kusororu emaikom mbon karo kem mobiong utum ommo keri kaiso nsunwam nombono wo yerilepe ndagam bono wo kenkankok akpanakpan mbon imini egwam kobio akan nadai wood nkaro akisana ke ukara ayagano ufarai wood nkaro Johnson umo amakom mbon nka Rotary Club Eket kemmi beredem ekeno gonye anyoko mobasi kemmu keme eridat nkaru song ketiu song noikrunen anyema bo yak mbun nkaru eswe kaiso eno ufa arai wood nkaru oyogi beredem manatoro arikan inam ubyong timomo ikrunen kemme ikomo kema ekeriong anyema ufa arai wood nka Rotary Club Eket inok abasido amatang abokimo imira ikpariba edinam ubyong utememo ntesangake kitem ye ubonompo nkaro nko abiginam nombonowo enie oyogo isongtak edikene ndok nkaro kerina maronko emaino mbonowo eno ukpono enyongo emek mbonowo edonke nkaro koram mensionsio ukpe mpo kenko ukara Eket uwe Ntembok nyan kubakan senemi atrero anyang miedu wemedi mo Samson esosong akan pamutong tutun nubreyo